Hello and welcome to episode 39 of the D Hoop University podcast. This is your host, Daryl Harris, also known as D Hoopster. And I'm not about to play with y'all on this one, man. Big J, bring the beat in. Let's get it going. We got that guy on the pod today. Mylen Makes. Debut single is out. You guys know what to do. You have one homework assignment. Leave the show a review. Helps us immensely. Like and follow wherever you're listening. We're going to get right into this creative talk. So without further ado, let's talk music, swag, creativity, culture. You know the vibes. That's right. Touching in. He's dialed in right now from the 562. Big shout out to the 562. Man, this is a conversation I'm ready to get right into because it's been years in the making.
Definitely.
Years.
A whole lot of years in the making. But it's better late than never.
100%. If anything, it only gets better. You know, so this is definitely why I know it's going to be a good one. That voice you hear is my guy Mylen, going from way back. You may know him now as Mylen Makes. You may know him for a plethora of reasons. But for those who don't, his name's probably only going to get bigger going forward. But what up, dog, man? Welcome to the pod. We are happy to have you, bro. Let them hear you for a second.
That is love. Thanks for reaching out and having me on the show, man. I really appreciate it. You could ask anyone you wanted to be on the show, but for you to reach out to me really means a lot. And as soon as I saw the DM, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm about to run this with the homie. There's so much that we could tap into, so much we could allude back to. We've grown as men.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, as adults in the past, 6-7 years since being in high school together.
Game recognized game. And perfect timing because we'll get shout outs going and then we'll get a little further into the convo. But on the 2 episodes ago now, I had Dylan Sangley on here, and he's a super hot reseller, on digital creator, just, influencer. And we were talking about shoes. And in that conversation, you got a natural shout out. And this was before I had this, I already knew I wanted to because I seen you doing your thing. So I'm like, that's a conversation I definitely, bro, it's actually been super planned out. I had a teammate series that was one of my summer to-do lists for the pod interviews because it's the NBA offseason, you know what I mean? Definitely taking a break on the, I'm not here to talk about Dame Lillard asking for a trade still. I'll talk basketball when we got basketball. But one of the segment ideas was like, all right, I want to do a teammate check-in because these fools really out here right now. One of that was talking to the twins. Got them on here.
The twins, dude.
They heard. I hit them up the first week of episodes started dropping. I was like, just so y'all know, I want y'all on here very soon. In that list, I had you on here, man, because I'm like, yo, Mylen's going crazy as well. Mylen's out here going crazy.
That's love.
Got folks like Malachi on there. Big Jace, man. You hear Big Jace on every pod, man. You know what I mean? Doing this thing.
Have you got Andrew Webber on here?
He has all these guys have open invitations. Andrew, I'll show you the text. It's within the last 3 weeks of, hey, bro, just so you know.
It's almost that time.
I need you on here.
Hell yeah.
And most of these guys I'm listed, man, these are high school teammates, that I met going to GAR in Cerrito / Artesia, 1111, Artesia Boulevard.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Ordered plenty pizzas there.
I'll never forget their plenty pizzas. I never will forget Coach Roper. Actually, I just linked with Anthony Austin and Dimitri Boyd.
Oh man, Anthony Austin is a name.
For anyone that doesn't know that, he was our teammate and still one of my good friends, our good friends.
Definitely.
In high school. But just catching up with them was crazy too, because we came so long from the study hall with Coach Roper with all 3 freshman, JV, and varsity teams in the same room. That shit was hectic, bro. I never laughed so hard in my life to being in that room.
That is the truth, bro. That is the truth. You just took me right comedy. There, right now.
Dude, it's it's nostalgic, bro.
And that's why we're really locked in, man. All corniness included. Like they used to tell us this type of stuff. Like these guys are gonna be the guys that, you know what I'm saying, you hitting up when you get married, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. But like this is a brotherhood, you know what I
Real,
mean?
like
Like
he was onto some shit. No matter
all
how
of
much
them.
we talked about him, but yeah, all of them were so. I learned a lot
And if we
from them.
went through that, if you went through that with that man, like you relate. It was a one-on-one experience. But
Hmm.
that was just one way we were, you know, pleasure to link up and meet each other. But since then, bro, man, I don't know. Finish the shout outs. You got a shout out for anybody before we
Definitely. Big shout out to my mom. How can I not shout out my mother? Um, she's been
always.
so always so supportive of like everything I've done. In terms of like being creative or just following like what I want to do in life. And to have that support from her, and not only her, but like my brother, my entire family, and my dad. Every time I tell them I'm going to do something, they just like welcome it with open arms. Big shout out to all my friends. Way too many to name.
There we go.
The top of the head, I'll like just give a shout out to Austin Ambrose, who's my roommate and current music producer. And
Okay. There we
yeah,
go.
and my friend John Leewag, who is one of my great friends, who's a photographer, videographer, aficionado. He's the one that's been helping me with like the social media rollout and also the first music video that's coming out next Monday, August 28th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mark your calendars, everybody. It's
Yes, sir.
gonna be one to remember for sure.
Well, they definitely deserve shout outs. And there's definitely, like you said, a couple more names I can imagine because the creative process, for one, y'all are cooking. Y'all are cooking.
That's
It
love,
makes
man.
sense the way you described it because yeah, y'all must be locked in. Because I've been playing the track, bro, a lot, man. Psyche. Is it Psyche or Psych? Psyche.
Psyche.
Psyche,
I
right?
feel
Yeah,
like
because
you
that's
could pronounce it like the textbook definition. You can announce like pronounce it either way. But the when I came up with this Psyche, this is
yeah.
like your
Well,
the
that and
innermost
that's
parts of your brain. You know.
you say it multiple times. So it's like that's why I'm like, it must be it's Psyche, right? Because that's the one
Hmm.
that's more so in the bars. But bro, we're gonna get into this track, bro. Because
Oh, I've have so much to talk about. This is the first time I'm actually
this is your
like,
baby, is it
yeah,
not?
it's like my literal kid. I've been like bringing up for a minute. I mean, it took me so long to write it, you know, because like when I made a decision that I wanted to make music, which is was a tough decision in itself, because it's like such a vulnerable thing, and you never know what's gonna happen with it. I was like, man, I really need this first song to like really be like me at my core, because I feel like nowadays, music is so accessible. Anyone can make music. Anyone can distribute music online. You could buy beats online. You could do AI generated rap and rap it, and no one would know. You know, if you want to get go there.
I have a bullet point that has to do with AI on the notes. But yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, but yeah, just like thinking of this song, I was like, I need a song that's gonna put my foot in the door so people take me seriously. And I just started writing, and this song was actually like a compilation of like multiple verses that I wrote over like probably the span of a year, and it finally came into into fruition when I heard like a loop online, and I sat down and made the beat with my friend Austin, and then I started to just piece things together in my mind, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take this verse, and then I'll get like a random jolt of inspiration and be like, oh, I want to talk about this, but it all just came into this one thing at the end where it's like, damn, this is really me, and this is gonna be my first song, you know.
Yeah.
And even in the span of that time writing that song, I already made like 10 other ones,
Right.
but
No.
they didn't feel right, you know.
And you're more mature at this age, or at this stage of life because um I was alluding to this before we press go, but yeah, man, no, I hopefully this missed your ears way back when. But I almost said screw it too, bro, let's run it. And that was a part of just and started dropping stuff and like wanted to get into music because it happens out of passion. Like it's a thing that you do because you want to express something, you are creative, it takes work to go and learn how this stuff works and learn these
Definitely.
programs and software and actually translate the idea of it to the tangible thing. Um, And I can say that, as a co-creator,
Mm,
but with music specifically, it's like, no, you do that. And then it's like, hold on, I like this. And I was like 19, wanted to just say, screw it. 20, I was like 20, wanted to be like, screw it. I'm going to jump in there. And of course, as you get older and wiser, you learn, timing is everything.
definitely.
And you definitely can, there's always room for improvement. There's only one first impression, but there's also no way, to go about it. And I think that 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 energy, that like spirit is the common denominator in folks who just pursue something like this anyway. It's like, you know what, I want to do it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna tell myself that like I'm going to figure it out, or I'm not going to be discouraged by what people are saying. Or I'm gonna take this
Yeah,
leap, this chance, just because I'm
definitely.
like, no, I see it, bro. Like I'm doing it. Like you can't really tell me nothing. But
Yeah,
you've
that
dabbled with fashion and clothes and brands, and like music is just another branch of like that type of expression. So since you have built up years kind of doing things like that, like you knew going into music, I want to go into it, right? Like,
definitely. Because I feel like, um, I know I have my clothing brand in college. Uh, so I went to UC Irvine, talking about that again. But there I started a clothing brand called Nobody's Perfect.
shout out to
And it was,
Nobody's Perfect, man.
no one's perfect.
I have a pair of shorts that are in my like top 5 of just like what shorts can I wear of any shorts that I have, like I'm grabbing those.
That's
Shout
so
out.
lit, man. That means so much, bro. But like literally, I made that brand, to be an embodiment of who I am as a person, and to just spread peace and positivity, and like wanting everyone to be comfortable in their own skin, because I dealt with my vitiligo and like wearing makeup in high school and middle school, which I wanted to ask you, did you ever knew that I wore makeup in high school?
I was, I didn't know where to introduce that in the conversation. I was like, all right, I'm just like, he's going to bring it up like naturally because it's, it is what it is.
Because it's
And
like such an important part of like who I am today, and it's like just that made me who I am.
hey, man, that was shoot, that was the, what's the, I'm not the Marvel guy. Like that was the hammer. Like it's like, oh, bro, y'all just gave him like he's unlocked now. And no, bro,
Literally.
no idea. This is our first time, honestly. Like, I feel like really chopping it up since like I just saw on social media way back when.
Yeah, right, way back when,
Um,
yeah.
and so I was like, whoa. And that's like you said, it's been so long ago that it happened, or that you made that decision. And it goes without saying, bro, like, I respect it.
That's love. Yeah. It's like it was crazy like playing basketball and trying not to make
That's
sure no
wild,
one no one
bro.
saw that, bro.
That's
Every
wild.
practice, I was under so much like anxiety and stress. Like trying to even play and like, not make sure my fucking face don't rub on someone's jersey, or like makeup get on my shirt or jersey, or literally
Yeah.
the fact that like no one ever like hit me in the face and it just came off was honestly beyond me. Like
I
God was on
mean,
my side
I
right
would
there,
be
bro.
so I mean, like to me, it was still natural and it meant absolutely nothing. Like was not a
Definitely.
thought in the world of like, all right, maybe like he looks like he might have like a birthmark type of thing. Like low
Gotcha,
key, like
gotcha.
maybe he's low key lighter. Just like thinking back to being in the gym, you know what I mean? Just full swing and stuff like that. It didn't shock me. I feel like I should have known when you were like
Yeah.
revealed it. I was like, oh, bro,
You like I already knew. But like also we were so young, so we have no idea that that shit's going on.
it was one of those real moments. It was like a
Yeah.
Degrassi type moment or something. Like just like, oh
Literally, that's like
shit.
some Degrassi type moment, bro. Real shit. Like I'll never forget going through that. But yeah, just like dealing with that and like all the shit that it
It
caused
was a
me.
perfect concept for the brand, bro. Nobody's perfect.
Perfect concept for the
That's
brand, and like
perfectly fine.
just a perfect concept
Peace.
for this for like what I'm doing now too. Like I feel like
Right.
with
Hasn't gone
Nobody's
away.
Perfect, it hasn't gone away because that's just like who I still am at the core. Like my way of spreading that just switched mediums, and like
I was gonna say. Yeah,
I'm
now
still
let me
gonna
know about what's currently going on too.
like in terms of clothes,
Yeah, I definitely want to know.
clothes. I'm just like now I work for Huff, so I'm on the marketing team for Huff. I like send seeding gifts to like celebrities. Off the top of the dome, I've sent gifts to like Don Williamson, Paul George, Kate Renata, Karl Anthony Towns. That's
This is off top. You can stop.
all the
You can
basketball
stop.
heads.
You can stop.
Yeah,
That was off
there's so
top.
many.
So first person I
Yeah,
didn't know
just
who it was. And I'm like, oh,
literally.
this is a different tier. Nah, that's what's up, bro. Hey,
Yeah. So it's like,
shout out to just because I'm repping it. Shout out to my boy Twan. We're gonna get him on here very soon as well with the brand Twan.
oh yeah,
Illegal
it's a sick
Llama,
shirt.
known as
It's a
Twan
dope shirt.
Llama. The back is crazy. And
I gotta see the back now. You gotta turn around.
yeah,
Let me see the
no,
back
the
of it.
back is mad. The back is mad tough.
Hey,
You know what I
that's
mean?
sick.
Puff
Fuck
print.
yeah.
No cap, bro. I haven't even rocked this yet. I pulled this out and I was like, nah, I'm gonna rock it for the pod because I know Mylen coming swaggy. So I'm gonna rock it for the pod because I'm gonna get
Fashion,
him on here as well. Shout out.
honestly, like fashion has always been a part of my life, especially since recently this year I got signed to a modeling agency that's based in like New York and LA. So just being part of that has given me like more opportunities to get modeling gigs and be around fashion more. So I feel like that's something I'll always be intertwined with because I always do like model gigs. I always model for brands. A lot of homies ask me to do stuff for them. I've styled a lot of stuff before, including Nobody's Perfect when I was doing it. Um, I feel like it's such a big part of like my life and like my expression as a person, you know, because that's some like your own sauce is like something that nobody can take away from you, and it like makes you unique. So I pride myself in like not wearing stuff that other people have. I thrift a lot too. Um, it's so important, and I feel like any big artist nowadays they have such a strong fashion sense because that's their way of like expressing themselves also aside from their music, and it just like gives them like an essence essentially.
It goes hand in hand. It's you know what I mean. It's like hip hop and the NBA. Like it's just gonna go hand in hand, or like the
Literally,
cultures. They're just locked in.
it's all
Uh,
intertwined. Like everything is more intertwined than like people like to admit. Like you look at this was it's like to make a basketball reference. Like SGA is one of probably the flyest dudes in the world, and also one of the best basketball players in the world,
yeah,
which is kind
and
of insane.
if you can figure out at that point, it's like, oh no, I'm running with both of them. Like I'm running it in both lanes for sure. There's no stop. Like all these guys, man. But yeah, it's a one of it's a find your own kind of thing. It's you can't replicate what somebody else is doing. Like you got to definitely find your own, but you know how to express that. Um, I guess even blending all of this again back in with the song because what's the bar? Self-doubt, eliminated self-doubt. I made
Oh, it's like
myself became my idol.
self love saved me. I became my own idol.
Self-love saved me. I became my own idol. Like
Hmm.
that, that definitely rang off at the end of yeah, bro. Like, you know what I
And
mean?
that's like that's all facts. Like, bro, when I was like really down, like I don't mean to get dark, but like when I was at like the lowest of the lows, where I was like depressed, anxious, maybe like sophomore year of high school. And I was just like, why? Like, why do I have this skin disease? Like, why me? Why do I have to wear makeup every day? You know, I honestly thought about like ending my life. Like no cap. I thought about
Hey,
that
you know what
and
I
it
mean?
really like
Yeah,
it
I mean,
really just having that thought's hella scary, you know? And in that moment I really had to like from there, I think I really started to dive into like more self-respect and like getting to know myself and like appreciating myself in junior year. So I had to like flip a switch. It's either that or the end of me. I was like
hey
my back was
man,
against the wall, bro. It was like fight or
just know,
flight.
bro, we've established a couple episodes back that this pod is a safe space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all real adult conversations that you know have meanings behind it, messages behind it, bro. There's stories that I would love to share on here in just a moment of transparency that I still can't find myself to where it's like, there's no way I could take it there. But all vulnerability and honesty, like I respect that. And because I can't imagine, bro, your childhood is your foundational brain for the rest of your life. Like
Literally.
your upbringing that never goes away.
No.
And that being, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that being, that part, just what it's like. So I can, respect that, hey, I bet it was difficult. I can't hold
Yeah,
you. You know what I mean? Or
appreciate that. Yeah.
it took, you're not capping when you're talking about it in a song. Like that's the deeper meaning. Like there's
Yeah,
truth.
that's a deeper meaning. It's truth to all the words I'm rapping in there, and that's why I think it took me so long to write it because I really wanted to tap into like the deepest parts of like literally my psyche, like the deepest parts of my brain to write that song, and to for it to be 110% me, so like nobody can tell me shit. Like
Yeah.
there's no cap in my rap in that song at all, and it'll stay the same. Like any other song I release after this, all the other songs I've written for my upcoming project, it's 100% me, real life experiences, and I don't think that'll ever change unless I'm doing some artful shit like Kendrick, where I like make up a fake story or something. But if it's about like me, it's gonna be real shit.
Hey, sky's the limit. I'm looking forward to it because yeah, getting into the sound, bro. I we kind of set this up a couple of days back, and I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna play the song. It's ended up being a busy weekend. We had Hillary and whatnot.
Yeah, bro, there's so much going on, bro. Oh
So I
my
looked up
god.
today and I was like, I gotta play the song still. Like I gotta play it for real. Bro. And I definitely ran it back like mad times because I was like, hold on. I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure how he was coming out. And I think the teaser was you know, you gotta go through your pain. There's no,
Running
it was
away.
that
Yeah.
hook. It was that, you know, it was that run. So I was like, okay, I see the vibe. And then that's not the vibe. So then I was like, oh, this band got a beat switch in here.
Yeah. I think that like making the rollout, I just wanted to like show different parts of the song because like it's such a huge difference between the first half and the second half. Like, I feel like the first half's more like braggadocious, a little more aggressive. Um, the second half's more like introspective and like positive. But
Yeah.
then like at the core of it all, that's like both of my sides as a person. Like I feel like I can tap into both of those sides. And but then also there's a general calmness across the entire track, which is also me.
Me trying to be Dr. Dre in the car. I'm listening. I'm like, yo, so is this the same? And this is probably a question for what's your roommate? His name?
Austin
It's probably a
Ambrose.
wrestling. Hey, because he's the bro. He's the bro. Is he a wrestling fan or is that like his real? Is Ambrose his real name? I don't know many
No, that's his real
Ambrose.
name. That's his real name,
That's
bro.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. I think I got a notification from him when I was like Ambrose. Like I'm a wrestling head. I digress. Um, I'm like, is that the same like loop? Like, but just slowed in the second half. Like I still hear it, and like you said, it's a common thread throughout the song.
Hmm.
Of hey bro, it's groovy, man. They say what comparison is the thief of joy or something like that, but you can't
Definitely.
help but in conversations like this, whether it's sports, music,
Or music, anything,
it's kind
fashion.
of like, okay, what does
Yeah,
this remind me of? Or like,
definitely. And that's like I feel like it's not a bad thing because like that's what it's like a reference point. There's like a Tyler the Creator interview where he talks about that. It's like we all have reference points that you have to allude to in order to like be on the same page. So it's not a bad thing. Like any
Tyler the Creator was the first name I was going to reference. And
there we
it
go.
took me a second to get there. It took me a second to get there because for one, the song is two different vibes. Coming into it, I was like, I think Mylen's coming a little cooler. I'm like, he didn't like make it put an emphasis like, hey, yo, I'm bringing real rap back, like or anything like
Yeah,
that.
definitely not.
So I'm like, it's there's gonna be some bar, but I didn't. I'm like, it's gonna be something like that fits Mylen, like you
Hmm.
know, and it still did, but I was like, I don't know what that's gonna sound like right away. So it came on. I was like, yo, hold on. This is giving like Brockhampton, like
Hmm.
type of energy, like kind
Definitely.
of at the beginning. I had some more names like that, but definitely like, Wes, it ultimately it's all to say that like, hey, I think it's a great first impression, bro. I think it's a
Definitely. And
great debut joint.
that makes me feel like very happy, bro. Like you saying that because I know you don't have this, you don't need to say that to me. So the fact that you like listen to the song in itself, like that's the song's already a success by you telling me that. Like
Yo,
all the numbers and shit, I think people care about the numbers too much. Like I already know like what I'm gonna do with music and like where I'm gonna take it. So like this is literally just my first song. everything else after this is like a plus. You feel me? Like I already
Yeah.
fulfilled my dream just dropping this song. I could die
Yeah.
happy. Like I
Yeah.
said, I did what I said I was gonna do. You know, if that makes sense. And you saying like your first thing that came to mind was Tyler the Creator. Like that's literally like one of my biggest influences and like inspirations in terms of fashion, music, creativity, like everything. Like I hope I one
Yeah.
day like meet that dude. And I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back to this fucking podcast and show him that like I spoke this shit into existence. Like I'm gonna meet that
Hey,
guy.
I honestly believe it, bro. And that's why I had to say it, bro, because I took it serious, man. Like, game recognized game. This is a project. I work in news. Like, I work in looking at, I'm responsible for, we didn't even get to catch up in all this, but like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm a
definitely.
news
We talked about
producer.
this.
Like, I'm responsible for a newscast on live television in people's living rooms, like every night. Like, you
That's
have
so
to,
dope, dude.
you have to,
Is it only in Vegas, like Vegas neighborhoods, essentially?
well, we cover, we're a Vegas station, so we cover everywhere. It can be picked up, almost anywhere. The website is everywhere. Social media is everywhere. Our investigators are sick out. Every week I'm scrolling and there's a viral post on Instagram that is a straight shot from one of our newscasts of like, look at this crazy story they found.
Yeah.
So it's going good over there. Shout out to the home
That's
team,
dope.
man. Big
Heck
news
yeah.
now. But it's just like I understand quality and effort, and it's like, oh, that is fire. Like
Hmm.
this is like really something on whatever level it is. Like I said, I've tried with the music, with the podcasting, with
Yeah.
videos, with photography, writing. Like it's just a mutual respect that you gain. So I don't, like you said, you don't really need outside approval. You need like the approval of yourself. Like if I think this is hard, I wouldn't have gotten to this part if I wasn't doing like my due diligence and I'm, confident and understand what it is. But yeah, nah, bro, it's definitely looking up. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
I appreciate that, honestly. There's like I don't know, I follow Rick. I don't know if you follow Rick Rubin on Instagram or for like familiar with his book or like anything he's I mean you love your hip hop head, so you for sure
Definitely.
like Rick Rubin.
Not I haven't read the book, but yeah.
Oh, the book's amazing. I recommend it. It's
That's
very
actually a quality recommendation. That is on the list
definitely,
now.
yeah.
That's on
Yeah,
wax, and yeah, I'm gonna come back to that.
it's like a very deep read. Like some of the pages only have like a few sentences, but then you read it and it's like, whoa, that's some game. And you gotta close the book and just like sit on that. Like I gotta think
Mm.
about that one, bro. But just reading from his stuff, it's like you gotta kind of have some like kind of delusion if you want to make it nowadays, since there's so many people doing what you want to do. I'm sure you feel the same with like podcasts. Like you got an innate feeling where like, damn, I'm very knowledgeable about all the stuff I really care about, and I have a great connection to people. I'm gonna make this podcast because it's who I am, right?
That simple.
That's simple. You just gotta do it. Literally, just like show up every day and
And
just do it.
still,
Because like,
you would think that I would have pressed go and hurdles, real life hurdles, just and not even that. Maybe it's just always conscious of, okay, where am I at, and just when timing is everything. But launched a couple things, see the reception, like you said, you just get in your own head sometimes, and you got to eliminate that because it's not
mm-hmm,
about that. And you realize once you're at that level, it's a pleasure because it's a grind regardless. All the folks I've had on here have talked about that. It's like, bro, whatever it is I'm doing or working on, or whatever it is we're discussing, it's a product of some hard work. But
mm-hmm,
because with the pod, had everything ready to go, buttoned up, I thought 2022 around when the NBA playoffs were about to start. And I just knew that once I started this next one, I didn't want to stop. And recorded it, episode that was ready to go, had Omar, everything on it. And I just didn't because I was like, I'm not sure still, bro. And then a whole year of more doubt until the playoffs came back around this year. And I was like, you know what, dude? There's well, for one, timing was better. It was situationally a lot better. I got the little one. Shout out to Bash. Love that guy.
shout out Bash.
It's
So
been a
dope.
quick 2 years, but it was a long, busy 2 years, bro, for sure. I got a little wisdom hair over here. I'm kind of tight about. I seen after the cut. I'm kind of tight.
It's all worth it. All worth it, man.
um, but this year came around and I was like, you know what? All right, let's go. I got to the last part and I was like, I need artwork. Damn it. I got to the page, like typed it, like upload the audio, me and Shiv
Yeah.
recorded, typed out the bio description. And I'm like, can't drop it without cover art.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my
It's so
rush
true.
checklist to get ready at the end. I was like, do I have anything, bro, that'll get through? And the artwork for the show is what I created last year this time. It's when I was like, all right, I'm rocking D-Hoop University. And I went back and I was like, oh, snap, I did make this last year.
So you
You
already
know
had
what?
it. This is on ice.
Run it. I can always update it later.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so true.
and you just gotta run with it, take a chance sometimes, and whatever it is you're doing, put the time in. You start to see some results. But more than anything, bro, I felt like it fills a gap in what I needed to have been doing in my
Yeah,
day to day, and it feels right because it's that simple. And once you know what you want to get into, and you start pursuing that, it's a matter of living up to your own expectations.
definitely. And I think it just feels like very, very fulfilling to like do something that you innately want to do, as opposed to just like having a feeling but just like pushing it away.
Yeah,
It makes you feel like very successful. Like this entire process of like, I don't know, rolling out the song and like uploading the song for the first time, seeing it on Spotify, seeing like hella people repost it on their stories. It honestly, I felt like I've been dreaming for the past 3 days, like just looking at all this stuff, like seeing how many streams I got, like.
nah, bro.
And
It's
the
hey,
best part is like it only grows from here too. It's the crazy thing when you really think of it like that. Like, there's no way that whatever you're doing has like a negative decline unless you do something like, I don't know, ignorant,
yeah,
um, to hurt yourself. But other than that, the better you get, the more people you meet. The sharper you sharpen your knife.
yeah.
It's only up from there, no matter what you do.
This will be a good time to throw this question in here because I had intended to go somewhat chronologically, but I knew it was going to be real and we were going to flow. But in
Mm.
between high school, graduation, so to speak, and now, like, what was? Just give me an example of a meaningful interaction or two along the way that were like wherever you were, it like meant a lot, or just like a whoa, that really just happened right now. Like, I'm really like in this room, like I have like it for me it was like summer league 2019 when I was like realized I'm sitting next to the people sending the push alert for ESPN, like with the
Damn,
same access that they have, or just like at one point in time, or like saw somebody that I saw a couple years back, and it's like, oh, he remembered that, like, or just little random moments. I wonder what's one of those, because I'm sure there's some.
that's a great question. Okay, is it cool if I gave you like a bad one that pushed me, and then in the moment I'm saying that one, I think of another one because there's so many that just rushed into my head right now.
By all
Um,
means.
so the one that I feel was a negative experience but had a positive effect on my life was senior year of high school, right? I will refrain from saying the teacher's name because I'm not gonna speak bad on his name, but
Hmm.
so it was right before getting college
Choosing
acceptance,
peace. We're choosing peace.
choosing peace, and I could not choose peace, but that wouldn't be who I am as a person. Um, Math has never been my greatest subject. And when I got accepted to UCI, I think they accepted me, but we had like one more final, and I think I got like a 69 on the test or something, and I brought my grade down in that math class, and I had emailed the professor. I was like, "Yo, I already got accepted. This grade can potentially like harm my chances of going to this fucking Irvine, University of
Yeah.
California, Irvine." This dude had the audacity to email me back. Mind you, well, I'm like 17, 18. He was like, well, maybe you're not college material. And I was like, what? That's crazy. How are you like a teacher of kids and you're gonna email like a kid that's like begging to let's raise your shit 1%? You're gonna tell him that you're not college material.
A
I
graduating
had to
senior.
literally, bro. It's like, to this day that still makes me kind of hot. But from
Sheesh.
there, I was like, man, f this dude. I'm gonna go to a top 10 university. I'm gonna get 2 degrees, 2 degrees on his ass. Here, I'm gonna grab these off the wall, bro.
Hey,
One ain't even framed, but I got two of these just from taking that guy's negativity
there we go.
and switching that to these right
Zoomed
here.
in. Hey,
You feel me? So that's one of them. That's a meaningful interaction I had. Second one, let's see.
hey, whoever that was just got flamed. He just
Flame.
got
He got
flamed, bro.
flamed. And he probably will never, he probably don't remember me, or maybe he does if he saw me, but
That's a cold brother, whoever that was, dog.
that's cold.
That's a
But
cold
it
brother.
helped me. It helped me in the best way, honestly. Because I don't know, I'm a pretty competitive person, so hearing that really like lit a fire under my
I
ass,
know
you
you
know.
didn't. Yeah.
That was on some the last dance shit where MJ was like, and I took that personal. Sometimes you gotta do that, you know.
Dead
Um,
ass.
Secondly, man, there's been so many great moments, bro. I think going abroad, I'm gonna say studying abroad and being in a different country. I had got like a scholarship to study in Spain when I was getting my second degree. And I got like my Spanish requirement there. They gave me a scholarship to take photos. So they gave me like hella bread to go abroad. Madrid was my main city. And then like we would have class Monday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we had off. We would plan a trip to a different city or different country every single weekend. I went with like two of my best friends. One of them was
That's
Alvin
nuts.
Cooper. It was nuts, bro. And we were with a whole bunch of UC students. And I feel like in that time span I was there for 4 months, I'd grown more than I have like prior the past like 15, 20 years. Just being in a different country and like soaking up their cultures. Um, I learned so much about just people and myself and like what I wanted to do in my life. And it was very enlightening and very motivational because I'm like, this can't be the last time I'm here in Europe, you know, visiting these cities. Like this won't be the last time I'll be in Paris under the Eiffel Tower, you
Yeah.
know.
Literally
This
more
won't be
life.
literally more life. And that was my first time on a plane too, you know, just going out there.
Wow. That's a that's a great that's a great answer because yeah, the same for me, man. It wasn't until I left Cali for college, went to Baylor in Texas, and
I forgot
realized
you went
like,
to Baylor too.
yeah, man. Spent some time there and really was like, wait, my whole perception of LA is different now. Until you're taken out of that, you don't, you expand your borders that way, a certain way, and going international. And shout out to Shiva because he just got back from Spain, literally. And yeah, it just triggers something. It's like, hold on, dude, it's what out here?
There's so much shit that I don't know. I feel like a lot of people in America, or it doesn't even matter if you're from America, but wherever you're from, like you get stuck in like a bubble, and so people never make it out of the bubble, which like sometimes it's not through any fault of their own. They just probably just can't do it. But once you do, and you like see the other side, you're like, wow, like life has so much to offer, and there's like so much I'm ignorant about
Yeah,
that I've never got to see before.
yeah.
And just being
Nah,
involved in that is just different, bro. It's like a priceless experience. Priceless experience.
yeah, nah, bro. Then the game begins for real. It's like, all
Yeah,
right,
then literally the game begins.
how do I get myself to do whatever, fashion, whatever lane? How do I get to where I can do what I want now? Like
Yeah,
this is it's a lot
and be
out here.
back in those places, you know, like it's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that.
My cat's being crazy right now.
Oh, you got a cat too, dude? Me and my roommates got a cat too, man. It's been a crazy experience.
Cat
I took
gang,
myself for a dog person. Definitely part of the cat gang now.
cat gang's where it's at, bro. She was my first pet, so it's like I was never attached to a dog either. Like, and then I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. Like, I'm definitely rocking with the cats.
Definitely in the move.
We covered a lot, bro.
I did have one more interaction. Um, I
Definitely go
started
ahead.
basically like a creative collective of all my friends during COVID. It's like a amalgamation of people I met in college that did creative things, like videography, DJing, music production, writing. rapping, like music artists. And I had the idea for, creating this collective, which is now like a creative agency and just like a recollection of all the work that my friends have done. It's called Full House. And it's based off the Bauhaus, which is a German art school, like in the early 1900s, that like specialized in every facet of art, like architecture, drawing, painting. And I just feel like meeting all those people and like giving them the access to like meet each other and like foster relationships with like the people I've met. That's something that is also my baby, the same as Psyche is, like Full House. And if you look under the song, I don't know if you use Spotify or Apple Music, put Full House Records, because that's
The
in the
entity.
future, the entity. Like in the future, however far I make it, I want to have like my own label to put other artists on, and it'll be under the subset of Full House.
Hey, watch out, PG Lang.
PG
I
Lang,
see it,
Top
bro.
Dog.
I'm glad you clarified because yeah, and that's what I was like. All right, where you at? What's going on? What are your mediums right now?
Mm,
Like what's the because and that's asking a simple question is hey what's next and it's like bro
dude,
you're gonna have to
it's so
narrow it
much
down
next,
for
dude.
me to answer that like that's
Literally.
I know it's open-ended and I've heard the vision like I see
Mm.
the tree right now.
I just want to, in terms of what's next, I just want to try everything I possibly can in the amount of time I have left here, especially in art. Like, I do have plans, of course, I'm gonna do this music stuff, have like a music career. I want to DJ. I'm gonna have like an alter ego DJ because I love like house music and electronic music. And I have a lot of friends that are in that scene, and I love going to like festivals and concerts like that. Um, that's a little teaser for like my next type of music,
Hey bro
right there. I had to
I,
drop
I'm
that right there.
I really don't know what to expect so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just keep an eye out for it. Definitely want to get into painting. I want to write my own book one day, like autobiography. Um, just about everything I've went through. I want to get into like creative direction. I already have my hand in creative directing videos and like fashion shoots and styling shoots and stuff. But I think like having full control over someone's video would be dope. Having a show, movie, just like trying everything I
Hey,
can,
real talk,
throwing
real
darts at the
talk,
wall, bro. Whatever
real talk,
sticks, sticks.
real talk, dude. I love, that the fact that you just ran him down means that nah, he wasn't just spitballing right now. Like this is honest. This is more than likely written down somewhere. This has been talked
Mm,
about. Like you already know. That's just like
easily,
that
without a
was
doubt.
that was even better of an answer than you would have answered the what's next or what's in the future. Hopefully, but I feel it. I respect it, bro. I I dabble with I've had a couple recent ideas as well, man, and you know I would just say that we would have the potential to probably collaborate on something along the lines,
Oh
man. Like
yeah,
we'll have to talk, bro. We'll have to break
without a
bread.
doubt.
We'll have to break
That's not even
bread
a
for real.
question, bro. We are brought to this moment right now for a reason. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I'm happy we're able to like reconnect and just chat things up.
yeah, man. Nah, dude. Because another lane that I'm always kind of drawn back to, and it's like I'm not the big movie buff, but like I can appreciate like a good film or like a good documentary too. And like I'm just such a heavy gamer that like I'll say kind of not or like I'll like be like I'll game if I'm gonna like chill because this is my next question to you was what is your free time like?
Oh, free. Gotcha. That's a great question.
But getting there,
Dude,
I
getting
was like, dude, I don't even know.
like how I spend my days.
you know,
Dude, I used to, it's the same, like touching on gaming, bro. High school, man, I was the most hardcore gamer. And just talking with, the old gang and old friends back then, I guarantee you that if I knew how to stream, I would probably be famous, not for like music or anything I'm doing now, but it would
yeah.
be for streaming video games, bro. I was the coldest Call of Duty player in the world, and I'll still die by that. I literally hopped on that shit yesterday. I dropped my first game. It was like 45-4. And that's just like it's just innate thing in my being that's just good at video games like
Never had it, bro. I never had it. Never had the touch, never had the the hand-eye court, whatever it was, bro. I never had it in COD or any real shooter. Just,
Yeah. I don't know
just
what it was. I think it's just the hours of playing it. Once you do something for so long, bro, like you can get disgustingly good at it.
I'm getting smoked, man.
Um, you weren't good at like sports games?
No, definitely though. That's where I, stuck.
Yeah,
Right now. Oh,
yeah.
nobody. No, Rashawn, the homie P. That's the only guy that really wants smoke, and I'll say Omar too. But nobody online on UFC wants smoke with me,
Oh, UFC? Oh, okay, that's a tough one.
unless you're doing one of the cheese variations. But it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
will suit up against you, name it, online on UFC, and let's get it. Like it is. I'll give you 2.5 tops rounds out of 5.
I feel like for UFC, what really sets you apart to be a good UFC fighter is like having the ground game. Like, because I feel like I'm pretty decent at it, and like my friends don't know how to play that well, so I'm able to like just fuck around and make them
Yeah,
like submit through a submission and shit. But once you start stepping into the next one where people can counter it and get out of there, you're done.
you have to be well rounded. Like you have to
Yeah.
be.
You have to. That game is very that's a very
Yeah, I
intricate
mean,
game.
I respect
Um,
it.
Definitely respect it. Nowadays, I don't really game that much. We did get a Switch recently. I was playing Mario Kart. Other than that, like I say, like my days off, I'm a real gym head. I love going to the gym more so for just like mental fortitude and like it brings me peace. And I feel like really
Wellness.
focusing on that. Yeah, wellness. I don't even look at it as oh, I'm trying to get like buff or get cut. It's like that's my therapy is going to the gym. Um, I think I like established that. I used to be hella chubby in high school, and then junior year to senior year was like a blossoming point for me. So I lost like 30, 40 pounds. I literally just ran every day and just lifted. But then in college and even after college, I used to work at a gym on campus, and I used to work at Equinox after college. So just being around those people and like learning a lot from trainers and shit really helped me establish that in my routine like day to day.
Yeah,
I love doing
necessary.
yoga. It's necessary stuff that you need to do. Yoga, yoga is also another wellness thing I love doing. Love reading, love listening to new music. I try to listen to new songs or new artists like every day. Just to different genres too. It doesn't need to be like rap. I'd be listening to like the most random shit that you put people probably will never even listen to, like I don't know, like Ethiopian jazz or like some like French indie music where you like the band has like less than like 1,000 fucking followers
Yeah,
or like Japanese house music. I just try to like listen to everything just to like draw inspiration from it. And like, I don't know, hearing those sounds makes you really think differently when you're making
yeah.
your own music, you
It's
know?
being a student of the game.
Literally, just like literally being a student of the game and just like trying to figure out, oh, why do I like this song? Or like, what gave this song so many plays?
Yeah,
Or
like
like,
that's
why?
one version because I know Jalen. This fool knows mad hip hop like this. He knows like mad rap, mad beats, R&B, like
Definitely.
it's just like you get like, it's 1,000 hours kind of a thing. And that's when I realized, bro, because I get locked into playing, what for me is just the hits, bro, because I'm a pod listener, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
playing pods like over music, probably like 70-30. So like when I'm playing music, it's in the moments, it's in the car, it's in the car. I want to hear what I know thumps, like it's going to work, it's going to the gym, like
Hmm.
it's rolling with, bashing the car, like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it's different, it's mad
That's so,
different.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
But dude, who's really like on your radar, bro? Like who have you really vibed with? You can throw some names out there, but like
Like
who
as
are
of late,
artists that you just think are dope in your own way, or like you really
I
caught
love
on
that
to,
question,
or
bro.
even over the years, you can take
Um,
this big picture and be like, yo, I think Drake's my favorite rapper, or you can be like, yo, so and so is so like Tizo touchdown, like watch
I
out,
love Tito
like
touchdown. Those
I
are
know you do, and that's kind of when I
yeah.
was like, hold on, let me pay attention a little bit more. Had to get
Off
with
the
it.
off the top of the dome, I don't know if you're familiar with Paris, Texas. They're like a rap group out of LA. It's like
Not at
rock
all.
rap.
This is what I need to hear,
Highly,
bro.
highly. I'm gonna literally send you a link to their album after this. But I draw a lot of inspiration from them just because like they're such characters,
Here we go.
and they're fusing like hip hop and rock, and it's just creating like the coolest sound. Um, and honestly, they're an influence on the Psyche single that I just dropped too. Just like they're very vulnerable in their raps. Um, their beat selection is amazing. They actually have a song on there with Tizo Touchdown too. And like funny enough, I went to the album release um at this like little movie theater in LA called Brain Dead Studios. And
Sir.
they like performed their album in front of everybody. And after they had a Q&A. And like something innately in me told me like just to ask when they're going on tour, right? And I asked them that, and then they started laughing. And I was like, shit, like, am I about to get flamed right now? And I'm like in the second row. So I'm like, oh fuck. This shit's packed with like 140 people. Like, what's gonna happen? And they're like, funny enough, you say that if you check under your seats and you have some blue tape, you got free tickets to our tour. And I was like, no way. I
You
wasn't
just
looking under
read
my
it.
seat.
You read them.
No, it's like literally like I was like, what? And then like the theater manager, he had come up to me because I didn't look under my seat. I was like, there's no way. What are the odds of that? He's like, bro, check under your seat, bro. Like you might have the tape. And I stand up, look under, and the blue tape was there, and he just handed me some tickets to their tour. I literally felt like I was in the Truman Show. I was like, dude, this shit's like so fake right now. That shit was ridiculous. Paris, Texas is amazing.
I'm checking them out, and you probably wouldn't have assumed this either, but like, bro, for me, the artists who are in my at the top of my replay, like past, like ever since I really got put on, and this is going back now to like 2017. But bro, Cardi,
Mhm.
I'm a real Cardi head.
Oh, Cardi,
Like,
dude. I'll always
I'm a
be a
real,
Cardi head.
it's mutual, and like, you know what I mean. But through that, bro, Pierre, dog, I like Pierre is my guy, dog. I'm curious,
I
like,
love
are
Pierre.
you into Pierre like
I feel
that?
like I love Pierre. I feel like he doesn't get enough. Like people, I see on Twitter a lot. People give him shit for like not being good lyrically. I mean, he's like Cardi. Cardi's not good lyrically, but like he just creates an energy and world. And he's the fact that he's making his beats and rapping on them is like so impressive.
No, dude, he executes it in a way that only he can kind of see from like start to finish. And then like I've watched docs on him and stuff, and the artists that I really like, I'll try and get to know like who they are and how that comes out through the art. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's like, oh no, bro, he's like, wow, I can give this to somebody, or I can do my vision of it, and that can only be done the way I see it. Like
Exactly.
his whole
That's why
tape,
it's so
bro,
motivating.
with bleeding transitions that like into the neck. I'm
It's
like
so hard, bro.
into
It's
the
so hard. I
deluxe. So
think
I mean, that's my dog. Yeah.
Life of Pierre. I think Life of Pierre 4 is one of my most played albums like ever in terms of
Likewise,
music.
bro.
Like
Likewise.
that album, there's no miss on that album.
Promise you,
All
bro.
16. I remember you texted me when we were getting ready for the podcast, and you were playing this, John. I saw it playing at the top of your screenshot. I was like, yo, this is like
Oh,
Nas
you
is one
just
of the
pulled.
greatest.
I've lost sight of the fact you just pulled the vinyl in front of me
The
too.
the
Like,
whole vinyl, bro. Like I think it was the perfect opportunity to show like my biggest influence. Like this shit's literally hung by my well, I forgot to grab that one. But the biggest influences in terms of music, Nas, not even a question. That man, the fact that he dropped Illmatic, I think I listened to that album like just so many times as like probably like when I first started listening to it, maybe like 16, 17. That just changed my whole thought process on like rap in general. Like him and Tribe, um, Jay Dilla, without a doubt, one of the best, the
another
GOATs,
one.
RIP. This album I have like such good memories just with this. I listened to this from start to finish so many times, and it's like a beautiful symphony. And the fact that he did this while he was dying, that's like beyond me. You feel me?
That that's one that you're definitely making me run it again now, because it's one that just kind of smooth, went past me type. But like,
Yeah,
there's deep attachment to, and that's how I am with albums too. It's like I hate the fact that music lost the amount of time that I was like dedicated to it, because exploring and learning new and branching out is like it's like a great journey.
it takes a lot of energy to
Getting
like listen to
attached to an
new
album,
stuff, and then you
real.
like low-key forget about all the music that just dropped last week, 2 weeks ago, let alone like 15 years ago. It's like fuck. There's not enough time in the day to listen to it all.
And what's funny is I got to Ether, bro, because that was not your average. I just got off work. And like that's where my music continued from. But
Ethan.
it was, but
Oh
bro,
man.
today I was on some, what led me there, bro? I was on some like Rick Ross, like, you know, and just let it run from there. Like what the
Yeah.
little auto similar generator gives me.
You always get in like the flow in terms of listening too, because like when you listen to Rick Ross, you start thinking of like, oh, what song came out in this time, or like what's similar, and that led you down that rabbit hole to get to Nas Ether, you know.
But the other day, Hove was going crazy on the 15, bro, on my way to work, dog. Like that's
Hmm.
really my real go time when I'm playing something. But like when you hear an old joint where it just got you moving listening to it, like I'm
Oh,
like,
easily,
like
bro.
that joint had me
Hove is
going
a go-to,
crazy on
man.
the way to work.
I listened to Hove at work the other day, just the Blueprint. I was like, man, this man, he be making it sound so like effortless when he's rapping. And it's all real talk too. He's like the smoothest motherfucker, the smoothest
That's
cat
what it
ever.
was too, bro. It was the ruler's back, which 2K put me on to,
Oh,
bro.
oh,
You
the
know,
2K
hold on,
track.
Ryan, hold, stand the
Oh,
fight. Oh, yo, I was going crazy,
dude,
bro. And then like I heard the game today. I heard what's the song title?
hate it or love it.
No, bro. It was Dream, bro. I heard Dream
Dream.
on the way to work on like
Oh my
the
God, I haven't heard that in
what's
so
coming up
long, bro.
next. I'm like, huh, huh?
Damn, I'm gonna step into some more game. I haven't listened to
I
the
was
game in a
like,
minute.
whoa, this vibe is going crazy today. And then like literally Nas was up next. And that's when I got back into the car. So that was just that's the universe, bro. That's the
That's the
universe.
universe right there. And the fact that out of all songs you could have been listening to, and all the vinyls I had, the fact that I have this fucking Nas vinyl. Shout out to homie JD. He got me this shit for my birthday. That's a great gift right there.
That's hard, bro. I want to
Um,
know, bro, what do you think of Utopia, man? Is that something that
Utopia.
like you feel like you've given it like a lot of time? Like
Okay,
everything's relative, but where are you what are your feelings on Utopia?
off first listen, I really liked it a lot, and then that kind of tapered off. I didn't listen to it for like a week or so. Then I went back
Same.
to it, you know, and then I started listening to it in the gym more, really dissecting it. But what really helped me like it more than I originally did was watching the whole movie that he dropped, the
Which I
Circus Maximus.
haven't yet, bro, but I know it's out
Yes,
now because when the
yeah.
when the link, because I get press release, emails and stuff at work. I saw it when the link dropped, so I would have saw it in theaters if I wasn't working.
Hmm.
And I was like, all right, damn. I guess I might catch it one day. And so I did see when he pushed it because I was like, oh, I really wanted to see that. And the
Yes,
album needs like dedicated listens. Like you gotta like it needs different variations of listens.
definitely.
Like you gotta hear it in pieces. You gotta hear the whole thing. You gotta be like, wait, hold on. He was doing what over here?
Hmm.
Like,
Oh,
bro, Modern Jam dumps so
Modern
crazy
Jam
to
is
me, bro.
so crazy. That song is so good, bro.
And I
And I
could get
guarantee you,
nitpicky on that song and be, like, but like you sort of losing me in this verse, but
yeah,
then it still goes so crazy, and it's just like you respect the long shot, bro. It's like I don't know. Go ahead.
he's just creating a feeling, you know. But I guarantee you, if you had any second guesses about Utopia, if you watch Circus Maximus and like see the
Yeah,
production value and like how serious he takes his music, like literally every single song has a different movie scene in it, like big budget movie scene, and it's like so fucking cool to look at. And that made me like the album way more, just because I was able to like connect the visuals that he had in his mind to the actual song, because like
yeah.
seeing it makes the music like stand out like bigger than life, you know.
No, bro. I felt like even if I wanted to get critical, that like I really respected the album because I felt like I understood it. Like to me, it's like it came off as grand. Like this is meant to be worldwide, like
Yeah,
in each continent.
hmm,
Like this is
definitely.
intended like for a wide reach. Meaning, yeah, it's not for everybody, but it's something like this isn't really replicable. But like the reach and the going for it, I respect. It's like, and he had one of those for Birds, was it? Because I don't think it was an Astro World doc. That movie sort of like that, but I think there was one for Birds. It was Look Mama, I Made It, right? On Netflix.
I think he did. He dropped that before he dropped Utopia. I mean, before you drop Astroworld, my bad.
And that was about, but it was about you Astroworld or
It was
Birds. I can't
about
remember.
Astroworld because I remember a scene
I
where
forgot
he's
it.
performing with Sheck West in like a fucking crazy Airbnb.
The one in Hawaii and stuff.
Yeah, it's in Hawaii or some random island, and he's just like
Yeah.
he's performing with Sheck West, and I'm like, that actually gave me goosebumps just
Okay,
to see
bet.
that.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, no, I need to see that, and then I bet, like you said, it's gonna be like okay, but it's layered. It's it's a long shot like of album. Like he really pulled up from half. It's a
I know
lot of them.
I respect it for trying that, especially after all the stuff that happened at the last festival, all the backlash he's got.
Yeah,
Like to put yourself out there again. I really respect him for doing it.
it was a vulnerable
And
leap
yeah,
again,
definitely.
for sure, for sure. Which is the part of sort of the whole understanding the project too, because that's is you know how do you what would you say about the line of separating the artist from the art?
Cool. I've had a conversation a lot with my homies, and it always just leads back to Kanye, which is fucked. But I feel
Because I
like
don't know, man. It's up to
it's
you.
tough,
Like
man. That
I'm
is
not
a
gonna hold you.
slippery, it's a slippery slope. I think to an extent you have to separate it until uh, they're doing things that you don't um, resonate with at the deepest core of your being.
Hmm.
You know,
That was well put. That was
I feel
well
like
put.
that's the safest way I can put it.
That was well put, bro. That was well
Definitely the
put.
safest way I could put it. But I feel like
Because
you can't.
yeah,
Let's say you can't cancel Travis for what happened. You can give him. You can say stuff about it, but it's like to say you'll never listen to this man's music ever again, or like say he hasn't been an influence on like music in general and like performance. I think you're just lying to yourself.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
nah, dude. Like to we're having free flowing conversations. We can throw out plenty of names, whether it's Michael Jackson, R. Kelly,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's R.
Whoever
Kelly,
it is,
Kanye.
that's the conversation, when a lot of people come up immediately. And for me, it's just, hey, bro, I don't because look, you do relate an empath with artists because you realize whatever product you're making is also a product of who you are and where you're at, and
Mm,
that at that time of your life and what you've learned and it's growth along the way. And we're all flawed. We're all like, who am I to judge? So it gets in the worldview, like you said. It gets in the
definitely.
it gets into big picture stuff where it's to each his own.
It's
But
all subjective as anything is in life.
I don't like being a part of the mass. No, this is it though. But like, no, he's done. Like, it's like okay, like you're gonna take the fun out of stuff. Like, what we, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. We're all human. Like, who are we to sit and point fingers as if
But
we were
we
like,
understand. We're mature too. It's like, yeah, we
yeah, that's
know
true.
so and so sucks as a
Yeah,
person.
definitely, definitely.
But respect, bro. Like you said, that was answered nicely, dog. I don't know, man. What else is on your mind, bro? What else you wanna leave us with, if there's anything, man?
Um,
For
I'll give you
now,
my
just for
goats just
now.
for now. We're gonna come back to this conversation. I love the question you asked about music because I could sit here and talk about music and basketball for literally hours, hours on end. Like,
All right, bro.
we can
No,
have a
stop.
whole
Say less. Say
conversation.
less. Say
We
less.
have a conversation just about basketball if you want.
Because like I said, hopefully, this was not just for now because you'll be back, bro.
Oh, easily,
you're
no
enrolled
doubt.
now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm
We
enrolled
got
in
your name.
university, bro.
We're gonna get you, the welcome packet. All of that.
You should really make some jerseys. Have some D hoop jerseys. That'd be
Man,
fine.
we got to talk.
Hey, I got
We got to talk.
a
You know
homie
what I
that
mean? But yeah,
makes clothes, but we got you on that.
bro.
These are my goats,
Shout out to both of them.
Frankie Ocean and fucking Outcast. Come on, bro. Those are three. Well, let's say three people that I really look up to. In terms of anything I'm making, always go back to the music, and I can only dream to even touch uh the lowest point of what their heights. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'll be content with that.
Nah, man. The game is to be told, not sold. I don't
Oh
know how to
God,
tie it in there, but it felt like it was right, bro.
I mean that
Because
felt
that's
right.
it's individual swag, bro. Can't be,
Felt right.
you can't teach it. You just gotta hope you can learn it.
Hmm. That's all we can do in life, you know.
Nah, man, this was real, dog. I appreciate you getting in here. We are definitely going to tell the folks to go run that up, to go tap in with my guy. And thank you for listening as always. Shout out to Shiv. We're gonna get you back and we're gonna talk some hoops with Shiv, bro. Because
That'll be dope.
Shiv
Oh
is
yeah.
he would have got on here. He had the flight from hell. This will be the kicker story. He compared this to an episode of Seinfeld. He flew out for a wedding. At that wedding, it just so happened that you planned and booked for, well in advance, RSVP for all of that. You attend this wedding in Santa Barbara, you get a trip to Santa Barbara. Who says no to a trip to Santa Barbara in the summer?
Yeah,
Who
right. You
says
have to
no?
run that.
You get there, oh, what do you know? The Pacific Coast is getting hit with a hurricane for the first time and for the first time ever.
Oh
Almost.
man.
And you know what? The hurricane actually wasn't that bad. You know what? That's cool. My flight did get canceled on the way back, however. But you know what? We pushed the trip back one day. That's all good. We move. Oh, the day after the hurricane, there's a 5.4 earthquake. That's
Oh
not
man.
too far from me. While I'm in a
At that,
hotel room with a bag that I did not pack for this many days now, or just
yeah,
like extra night I had to book.
that's some stuff you literally gotta laugh it off because it's like, wow,
All right,
life be
bet.
throwing you
It's
curveballs.
actually not done. He gets the flight back though, but thank God we get the flight back. Cook him on the flight back, and the bag gets lost.
Oh my God. Jesus, man.
Now we're going into Tuesday of the work week, off of a weekend hangover of just like getting screwed by the weather, the
Yeah, and
airport,
just life.
and he made it back though safely. He made it back safely. Everything was a success. The West Coast is still intact. Hillary didn't. She didn't win.
Yeah, jeez, man. Well, the silver lining is that it could have
Shout out
been
to
worse.
Shiv.
Shout out to Shiv.
He was like, "That's an episode of
Hopefully,
Seinfeld, is it not?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. I feel you,
it
dog."
really is. That's a nightmare.
I told him the parlay hit on what could happen did happen.
Yeah, every single one hit. That's a. Of course,
Nah,
the
man.
parlay won't work in your favor sometimes.
That was real, dog. Like I said, appreciate you coming through. Much love, respect, bro. Dat from afar, and we're gonna chop it up again soon, dog. Looking forward to what's to come, man.
Much love, brother. Honestly, means the most you taking the time to have me on here. I always love great conversation. I feel like we really tapped in. It didn't even feel like an interview or anything. We're just catching up as homies because we haven't had the opportunity to talk about life in a minute. But I'm very proud of what you're doing in Vegas. Shout out to Bash. I hope your fam's doing well, and I know you're killing it at the new station, man.
Hey, man, we working. And that's what I'll be saying on here. Whoever come on here, just know we working. You know what I mean?
Always.
It's respect. And thanks, bro. Likewise. Game recognized game. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Game recognized game. That's a bar. That's one of the best bars.
Yeah, that might be in the title. All right, folks. Tap in, like and subscribe, follow. Till next time.
Adios.